Hey guys, how are ya? I hope everything is good. It's pretty good here. I've done this video 3 times today. I'm gonna see if I can get through it this time. We're gonna see what happens now. So, I'd like to do a little shout out to SSUM 369. Um, it's a damn shame that you got canceled the first time because you're super intelligent. I love your information. I still have to shout out to you because in the guys, I'm really impressed by the guys you have on your panel because these guys are spiritual people. They are in tune with their spirituality, and I love that. That's a rare thing that you see in men these days. That's why I have problems dating, see. That's why I have many first dates, you see. So, anyways, back to you guys. I'm gonna be setting up Tarot Tuesday here in a few so we can get that planned and underway. I'm gonna ask you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow and see. I want to add a weekday and a weekend, another weekday and a weekend, so we can get some more time in with the cards. Um, but my shout out to Sovereign is the energy thing. Like I want to talk about that today. Um, you had someone on and his name was Christos. Well, I thought that was interesting. I listened to a little bit of what he said, but what he talks about is very interesting because I've been researching this for a while, and it's the energy field around Earth being distorted, which distorts us. It distorts our thinking, it distorts our feelings, it gets you in a frame of mind where you can be controlled. And I've said all the time that if you aren't in control of your mind and your thoughts, somebody else will be. And if somebody else is, they own your soul. That's how that works. And I feel like this is by design. It's on purpose, it's by design. It is to get us away from source, it is to take us away from God. And why wouldn't it be this way? Have you noticed that the people that talk about this, the people that want you to know the truth, get canceled or they have slow following? Like, it's hard for me to be seen in the searches. Even though I have a lot of watch time, it's hard for the searches to pick me up. And I think a lot of it has to do with if you're talking about certain things that they don't, unless you're a bigger channel and you've already beat the algorithm. Um, there's just certain things that they don't want you to talk about. And Sovereign was one person against YouTube with 1,014 or 1,400 followers. It wasn't because what he's saying is bullshit. It that makes no sense. Because if it was, let the fool continue talking bullshit, right? It's because he had some truth to what he was saying. Let's be real. It's just like David Icke. I mean, David Icke is way, way bigger. But we're talking about one person that is not allowed to speak anywhere in the world anymore. In the world, 8 billion people against one man is what he's saying is such bullshit that you're going to block him from speaking and not give us the choice to decide what we want to hear. Makes no sense. It's like me going and taking a dollar bill that I could probably get sick from to buy a newspaper I won't get sick from. Does it make sense? No, but that's what they want you to believe. I mean, let's be real. Okay. Want to show you guys something. You're really going to like this. This is cool. If this is what you're into, if anybody follows any of this is going to be an interesting thing. I want to show you. Now, this is dated January 2013. Our planet has come to the time of the promised return of Christ consciousness. I believe we are in that time of Christ. This is where the ether comes down. It's talked about in the Bible that the heavens blend with the earth. This is energetically what it means. Ether comes down, consciousness comes down, Christ comes in. It's been talked about in the Bible. It's been talked about forever. You accept Christ in you, right? Well, that's their verbiage for it, but it's an energy. It's the marriage of, you know, collapsing the triad. It's not, they put all these labels on it, Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, all these things, which it is all that, but it's you. It's you. You're realizing you and everybody as a one instead of as a whole. Well, as a whole, but as a one instead of as everybody, if that makes sense. Like we are all one. The externalization of the star, crystal star presence of the cosmic crystal's unity consciousness is beginning now to rehabilitate the organic timelines. Organic timelines. So everything out there, in my eyes, is set up as a celestial time clock to let things happen during certain times. That's why you have cycles of 3, 6, and 9. That's why October makes no sense of it being the 10th month when Oct is 8, right? What? What? Okay, so I could go on. There's Sep and Des, and there's more, like a lot more. And Monday and Tuesday, and it's a spell to keep you in linear thinking, linear time. Anyways, that's all what's been put over top of the organic timeline, the organic energy field, constantly bombarding you, constantly feeding you news with bad stuff happening, and these corrupt politicians, and all this stuff is show. That's what it is. It is definitely bread and circus, right? So that you don't see that you're really losing the spirituality war because Satan has taken you. This is the spirituality. It's all about getting back to source. It's like a game. So there were timelines made for preserving human sovereignty on planet Earth. Previously, ascension had been thwarted by the unscrupulous groups of negative aliens, which are that's Satan. That's satanic groups. It's um that's why they want you to believe in aliens so bad. But if you go back and you take this in a different light and look at it differently through kind of not religion, but through good and evil, you will begin to see it playing out as so some of the devils and Satanists are government. Yes. I mean, and some of the military complex and their technologies are used against us. Yes. To keep you from God. Yes. Religion's created to keep you from the truth of God. Yes. So the satanic negative alien agendas and the satanic and Luciferian gestalt that hijack the planetary logos and ley lines for hidden control of forces in order to, you know, genetically, you know, beings, earthlings as their slaves and underlings. What does that remind you of? That technology that's going to be put out? Wouldn't you kind of have to be prepared or prepped if we're already programmed to the natural ways of Earth, which we are energetically and everything? And then they start mimicking that technology, but they can't mimic it the way that God does. So it's harmful. So they have to do something to whatever they're trying to get to, control. So they would have to modify it in some way, right? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. By the way, this is just a story, YouTube. This is just a story. I'm reading a story on the story. I'm reading something that I found on Google. Your company. So maybe I shouldn't have said that. That don't go take it down. This is good stuff. So the word Christ has been distorted in its use on the earth plane intentionally from being integrated into violent religions manufactured by the NNA to create harm in the human race. We endeavor to use the word Christ, Christos, Sophia, Crystal, Christ, Christalla, interchangeably to return the real meaning of the use of these words to denote the consciousness principles of the law of one, the cosmic structure of creation as they are intended by the eternal God source. So we have been genetically modified and changed and changed and changed throughout biblical history. That's what the Bible says. That's what it shows. And God wants us back. And the only way that we can get back to Him is by raising our frequency and raising our vibration to a loving frequency in our heart, in our love, and love for one another, and helping and wanting to see a different side. Now, I don't have it all together and I don't know it all, but this seems more real than the garbage the Catholics tried to shove down my throat growing up. Sorry, mom, dad, family. Sorry that your feelings just now got hurt. I don't believe in religion. I believe in God, where I found God, but not in none of your churches. In this church, in this temple, I found it. And it was in this church, in this temple, up a hill on a rock in a tree, by a tree, not in a tree. I didn't climb the tree. When we actualize in form, is the embodiment of the eternal God human. Practicing unity, consciousness, and oneness is directly reflecting the image of God's eternal love for creation, and is eternally protected by the guardian founder races. To be at one with all is at one with the eternal nature of God's source. Every soul has taken the same journey, but each soul has evolved at a different level at the end of the evolution cycles. And they're every 350,000 years. That's what I think. Every time there's a reset, we're at the end of a cycle, an evolution cycle. A new human comes. I think that that's where we're coming now. We're at the end. We're at the end of a cycle. It may happen in 20 years. It may happen right after I die. It might happen before I die. It might be when I die, but it's happening. And we may be able to see it. We may be a part of it. We may be part of the rise of humanity being saved, to Christ, to God. And it's going to take everybody. It's not of, oh, I'm going to go save the world. It's going to take everybody to realize and not be hooked into some stupid system that Davos wants to show you. Here's Earth's energy field. I don't want to do that. But there's Earth's energy field, and here's our personal energy field. It's the same. The nodes, if you lay our body across, it matches up on Earth. Here's that one. Human immunizations. And that technology that they're trying to hook us all up to control us so we eventually don't have to think for ourselves. Sheeple. That's after they take us over, throw us in some camp. I better watch what I say anyways. So anyways, you guys get it. I'm going to hop off here before I get in any trouble, before I start talking about other stuff that I should not. I will see you guys tomorrow evening, probably around 4 o'clock. I thought that was a pretty good time. I will go ahead and set it up now. I'll try to have my dinner ready and set. I want you guys to have a great day. And if anything that I said resonates with you, or if any of it means anything, please like, share, and subscribe because it really super helps the channel. And remember to always be the reason someone believes in good people. And you guys have a great day, a wonderful day.